Thank you very much, Bill, and for all the organisers here. It's a great forum for us to get up, provide some an introduction to what we're doing, but provide many an update. So thank you for the organisers and the opportunity. As Bill Goon mentioned, we're at the exploration stage. We're still risk capital. We're hoping to have success. We're currently drilling at 2 projects at the moment, and we'll provide an update on that. The usual disclaimers, this presentation will be up on our website shortly. So Kincora's investment opportunity. We're in a pretty good state. We've recently raised over $6 million, which gives us an up to 12-month budget. The focus of that is multiple elements. We're looking at drilling, we're looking at advancing a pipeline, we're looking at project generation. We'd like to think that this has put us in a unique position to be the most active listed company trying to find the next major discovery in Mongolia. A number have already found major discoveries and shown how prospective this country is. We're trying to do that in the South Gobi at the moment. So as mentioned there, we're drilling multiple phases at multiple projects. Provide an update on that in a second. We're looking to systematically advance a district scale portfolio that we've got in the Southern Gobi, and we're looking at new projects. Just a brief corporate summary. In a good position cash-wise, having completed that raising, but I guess in a strong position with institutions. It's obviously difficult to raise money in the international capital markets. We've been fortunate to attract a number of good groups onto the shareholder register. Kincora's story, these discoveries and exploration programs just don't happen overnight. Kincora was formed in 2011. In 2012, the Bronze Fox concession was consolidated. There was a very good hit. At that stage, I joined the company. Unfortunately, within a short period of time, we were embroiled in a dispute with the government, with many others, that really cost us 2-3 years of exploration and activities. In 2016, once that dispute had been resolved, we were able to merge, as Bill Goon mentioned, with a private entity called IBEX. That gave us a dominant position in the Southern Gobi Belt, and that attracted, with Bronze Fox restored, an excellent technical team who have made discoveries elsewhere and were attracted to Mongolia for the potential of finding other major discoveries. From there, we've been able to start the systematic advancement in this belt. We had some transitional problems in 2018 regarding board and shareholders. We've been able to now, in 2019, with this fundraising, get the company probably in its best position it has been since it's been formed in 2011. The team. At this stage, obviously, it's risk capital. You need to improve the odds as best you can to have the best chances of success. Exploration is difficult. We've got a team that have found multiple Tier 1 assets in other jurisdictions. Peter Lehman, John Holliday, best known for discoveries like Ricco Dicco and Cadia in New South Wales. Those are the sort of targets, as Oyu Tolgoi has proven, we feel are prospective and still here in Mongolia, just waiting under cover to be found. Not only have we got a team that have made success internationally, but we've also got relevant Mongolian experience, both technically and then going on to the board, have operated here over an extended period of time and have a track record of doing business here. Location. As mentioned, we form the dominant position in the Southern Gobi Belt. Oyu Tolgoi is well known to most people in the room. A few people, probably not as many, would know of Seven Savaga, but there's 2 large porphyries already in this belt. What we're trying to embark on is systematically advancing this dominant position that we've got in the belt to find the next one. Peter Lehman, who's our VP of Exploration, ran the BHP joint venture with Ivanhoe in the mid-2000s when they flew the Falcon survey. As Peter puts it, the industry as a whole has advanced exploration techniques significantly, and what we're employing is a lot of exploration techniques that weren't available back in the 2000s, and this really is the first modern systematic exploration over a meaningful land package. So what are we testing this field season? In the drilling phase, we've got 5 independent targets at 2 projects, and we'll run through those projects, Bronze Fox and E7 Savaga now. Maybe before actually doing that, I'll touch on the systematic exploration approach. What we're trying to focus on is obviously the more advanced projects where if we have success, as Peter showed on that excellent value curve, you get that huge multiple re-rating for shareholders. But to get to that point, you've got to systematically advance those projects. It's a numbers game at the stage that we're at. A number of the targets won't advance to be drill-ready targets, but you've got to work them up, and only the best projects deserve those metres. What we've got within our portfolio is a significant land holding where each project, each prospect competes for capital, and that capital is best allocated to where we think we can generate the maximum value. So what are our work programs? As mentioned, we've raised this money at the end of June. We've completed first phase drilling at Bronze Fox. Bronze Fox, we've completed over 4,200 metres. We're just doing a review of first phase results, which we've announced to market a couple of weeks ago, and the original strategy still remains to come back with phase 2 drilling and come in and further refine those targets. We've recently commenced first phase drilling, a maiden target testing drilling program at our East 7 Savaga project. Again, similar strategy there of trying to get the corporate strategy aligned to the asset portfolio, where we'll have multiple phases of drilling to test these targets. These are porphyries, they're large scale, they take a lot of metres generally to find the sweet spot in the system. At the same time, we're advancing that pipeline and completing our project generation. So East 7 Savaga, this is where the drill rig is at the moment, and I was down at site earlier in the week to have a look at that. We're in the brownfield setting of Max 7 Savaga complex. We're less than 15 kilometres away from that pre-stripped ore body. What we're looking for, unlike the open pit there, is a preserved porphyry. Can we find effectively what Hugo and Heruga are at the OT system that sit undercover and are preserved and provide the real grade that makes OT the standout project that it is? There hasn't been that systematic exploration undercover within this intrusion. If you're in other parts of the world, this porphyry complex probably would have had multiple groups doing multiple phases of drilling and extensive investment within it. And that's one of the unique opportunities that you can find in Mongolia, this virgin potential in what is known to be a very mineralised system. So what's success for us? We're looking to do over 6,000 metres of drilling at East 7 Savaga. What we're looking to do is test and prove the potential that, similar to OT, you have a preserved Devonian age system under Carboniferous cover. Bronze Fox. As mentioned, first phase drilling for over 6,200 metres has already been completed. We're testing a new geological model. This project, through the licence dispute from 2013 to 16, hadn't been drilled across the best part of the licence boundary that sits within this target zone, and we're stepping out to the west from a key regional fault, exploring under about 300 to 600 metres worth of cover where we feel there's potential for a preserved porphyry offering reasonable grade potential. We're not here looking for another low grade system. What we're trying to find is more of the 37 metres of over 1% copper equivalent that was drilled in 2012 before the project was impacted by that dispute. It's a very large system. We've already got 400 million tonnes in a block model that supports an exploration target of between 1.3 to 1.5 million tonnes of copper equivalent contained metal. That's one of the largest systems in Mongolia, with one of the least amount of drilling that's taken place within it. So really, the success of this multiple phase program is proving the potential for that higher grade core and trying to take that porphyry into a stage where it sits, where it obviously needs a lot of drilling that would get it to the stage of studies, but you've proven the higher grade potential that's pretty unique. Project generation. Again, we haven't got a mine yet. We haven't got a development project. We're not at studies. So one of the inherent things to have a sustainable business at our stage of exploration is continuing to fill that pipeline, testing targets. Again, only the best continue and survive, and killing targets that don't stack up and meet the criteria you're looking for. So what you need to do is continue to replenish your projects and your pipeline. As Bill Goon mentioned in his introduction, we've already completed a number of corporate transactions in Mongolia to build the portfolio that we've got. after the IBEX deal, we had 1,500 square kilometres of land in the belt. We've already reduced that in half. So you need to continue to regenerate. We've picked up licence directly from the state. In the last 18 months, we've walked over 200 projects as part of our due diligence, having done desktop reviews. It's difficult. There's only 4% of the country already issued under exploration licences, and a limited amount of ground being issued under competitive tender. So from that perspective, to have a sustainable project generation function, we're now looking at other jurisdictions, and recently made a large application for some land in New South Wales that we feel has similar potential to what the Southern Gobi in Mongolia does, being Australia's leading porphyry belt. So project generation is an important element to us, and that's a critical function that we're actively pursuing at the moment. So why Kincora? You've got a strategy and technical merits validated by a relatively large capital raising in a global market where it's quite difficult to raise funds for this stage of project and more advanced projects, as we've already heard. We've got a team with an exceptional discovery track record that have been attracted to Mongolia because of the potential that we see in our licence portfolio, this belt and a number of other belts that sit across the country. And Peter's done a great job talking about the Western gold potential that was previously unrecognised. We've got a strong and aligned shareholder register, board and management, with management and the board having skin in the game and shareholder ownership. We're undertaking the first modern systematic exploration across the district portfolio in a belt that's already yielded Tier 1 discoveries, and for the first time undertaking target testing under the watch of this current technical team. We've got multiple value catalysts, all of them not without risk, which is why it's important to have multiple elements within that. Each would offer significant re-rating from a relatively low 10 million market cap valuation. What we're trying to do at Bronze Fox is test 2 targets to show the high-grade potential within a known large-scale, low-grade system. At E7 Savaga, we're looking to confirm the potential for preserved porphyry and support the analogue for a potential Hugo within a brownfield Devonian setting at 7 Savaga, with Max project already being $1 billion construction project. And as mentioned, we're pursuing counter-cyclical expansion opportunities, and probably the most aggressive foreign group looking to do that across Mongolia. So with that, I'd like to thank you, and we've got a booth. Please look us up if you want to ask any questions.